This week, the ongoing mistreatment within the youth justice system has once again captured the attention of the nation. Today marks 5 years since those Royal Commission findings were released. Darwin barrister John Lawrence is leading the movement to have the facility closed. He joins me now. 5 years on, has anything changed in the Territory?
No, it's regressed, undoubtedly regressed in actuality, and the fact that it hasn't improved is a regression in itself. We've got a 5-year anniversary, and I can list all the things as to the horror that's going on here, but perhaps we should preface it by saying that this anniversary gives us a good window into the abject condition that this country's in relation to its relations with Indigenous people, because it's just a continual regression, and if you can't fix things up that are disgraceful after the Royal Commission, then what does it say about us? And what it says about us, and I mean us, I mean Australian men and women, is that we are less caring now than we were 5 years ago when that Royal Commission came out, and that is really arguably the most important issue that faces this country. What has happened to us as a humane society? To perhaps confirm what I'm saying in relation to the kids, there are more kids in detention. They're still being kept in a hellhole. Their conditions are barbaric. Their treatment is barbaric. Their levels of self-harm are going through the roof. The kids are younger. We've got 10 and 11 and 12-year-olds. There you have it in a nutshell. Now, how on earth we could allow this to descend after that Royal Commission 5 years ago? And let me just say this, at the beginning of that Royal Commission, when it was opened by council assistants and the Commissioners White and Gouda and everybody interested in it, they all agreed. It took them a day to say it. So there's one thing that's going to happen this time, is that it's not going to go into a filing cabinet and not be acted upon, because we have had up to 15 Royal Commissions of Inquiry on this disaster. We've had reviews and so forth, and yet nothing happened. So we all agreed furiously on that, and yet this Royal Commission that came out 5 years ago has went into that filing cabinet quicker than any other. That's Australia now, because the government doesn't want to change them, because it believes if it does it will lose votes, because Australians do not care about the plight of troubled Indigenous children, and they care less now than they have ever cared. All right, let's go. 5 years ago when Four Corners was aired, which had worse footage, I think we'd all agree on that. We had gassing, restraint chairs, we had beatings and so forth, and narratives. 5 years ago, the next day in The Guardian, Stan Grant wrote an article. It was very well written, it was poetic. He said in that article that some things that you see cannot be unseen. Sounds good? Wrong. It's quite clear that those things that Four Corners showed 5-6 years ago now have been quite easily unseen by most Australians. Well may you say that people get shocked for an hour after the programme, and well may you hear people down there saying that they care. A lot of people say they care, but one, do they? Two, what do they do about it? And the answer is clearly nothing, because what is required here, and what has been required for at least 10 years now, is less words, less poetry, and just good old-fashioned action. This place is a nightmare, it's a disgrace, it sums up the state of Australia's moral standing, and it should be bulldozed and levelled today. That's what should happen. It's clear. Spare me. I mean, really, I called for the Royal Commission 6 years ago thinking, this has to be it. All you'll get is words, and you'll get reports, and you'll get people, white middle-class lawyers and commissioners, wringing their hands with angst and despair, just like the judges up here wring their hands in despair as they bang up 10-year-olds in this facility not worth that you wouldn't put a dog in. I mean, words, it's all over. The game is up. The people that want Royal Commissions, the people that want reform and recalibration, that kind of stuff, which has been going on for 20 years and is largely the reason why we're in this mess. The people that want that, I have to go back to the Matrix. They are all on blue pills. I'm giving you a report card up here from Darwin, where I've been for 35 years as a practicing lawyer at the coalface, representing Indigenous kids and others. And I'm on red pills. And it's great, because this is a reality cliche. This is what's really happening. And no more royal commissions. They need action. And look, the reality is none of the politicians of either ilk will ever change this because of the political lose aspect they consider it to be. So people are going to have to get up off their chairs and stop saying they care and actually do something about it. There is no other way. There was no other way for suffragettes. There was no other way for Martin Luther King or Gandhi. That's the only way things can be improved upon, things can be changed, things can stop declining into this horror show.